Yeti Or Not, here we come.
We have arrived.
We have arrived back in, apparently, the shop.
Yeah, apparently we're in the shop. And apparently here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm, dinking around fixing things.
Because this episode or this topic makes people lose their minds. That's all right. So
that's a side story that you don't need to know about.
All right. Well, I think this is a good topic. We're probably gonna ruffle some feathers on this one. I'm hoping the comment section is gonna come alive from this video.
I'm gonna try to be PC.
We're gonna try our hardest not to. Look.
So just say it.
I'm gonna say something eventually. I'm sure
well,
it's gonna upset you.
Probably.
I don't mean anything bad by it. My vocabulary probably isn't as good as it should be for a 42-year-old man. And sometimes I'm just going to say the thing because I can't think of anything else to say. So I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. It's not my intention.
Yeah, I'm just like you. I got a 700 on my SAT or whatever.
I never even took the SAT.
I
don't remember if I did or no, I did.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what I got on it, but I remember I took it.
Maybe I just didn't care.
I never took the driver's test. That's what it was.
Oh, no, I just remember my girlfriend at the time saying like, oh, yeah, I got really good on the mechanical aptitude part in the military, says they really want me.
Yeah, I took that test a few times.
Okay.
I took that. I wonder, we should have checked how those scores correlate now with this too.
Oh.
That'd have been better.
Well, we could try.
Once we start talking, people will realize what it is. And if you got anything to say about it, drop a comment. That'd be cool.
Well, okay. Well, here we are. What's our hot topic on this?
All right. In the last 25 years, autism diagnoses in kids have gone up completely off the charts. Back in the early 2000s. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. We got to. Okay. It is a conspiracy.
Yes. Back in the early 2000s, it was around 1 in 150 kids. Now, the CDC puts it at about 1 in 36 kids in the United States.
Side note, I thought that it was like 1 in 10,000 and that California's numbers were 1 in 12. Is that because everything put is on there like may cause cancer? So like their autism rates are different?
I mean,
because you only get cancer if you're in California on all those products, right? You've seen the labels.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah. 1 in 36 from 1 in 50. That's no small bump. That's a straight up explosion happening at the exact same time global carbon emissions have skyrocketed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we go any further, I don't particularly go in for the whole, we got to get rid of fossil fuels and all that. That's not what I'm trying to get into. I'm just trying to connect some dots here. That's all I'm trying to do.
Just saying the facts.
Yeah. The official story is still better awareness and broader diagnosis criteria, and that's why they're diagnosing it more often. They say they're just catching more because doctors are better at spotting it. Sounds clean on paper, but when you line up the timelines, the numbers get suspicious. Carbon emissions from fossil fuels, industry, and transportation have more than doubled since the late 1990s. We're pumping out more CO2, methane, and other greenhouse crap. That's what it says. Than ever before. And it's the same at the same moment, autism rates are climbing like crazy, especially in boys. Coincidence, or is there something in the air or water or food or the food chain that's messing with the developing brain?
Okay, well, let's just stop for 1 sec. Correlation is not causation. However, is it a coincidence that the cow farts are making us dumber?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know anymore with anything. That seems to be the running thing.
Is cow farts still the leading cause of methane production in the atmosphere?
I don't know. That's what a bunch of stupid hippies are.
I think I heard something about that before.
Okay, how do you make the methane? The cow's got to eat the grass, and then so it goes back to the grass.
I guess a lot of methane comes out of landfills and stuff too, though.
Well, yeah, because it's all rotten.
Yeah, that's why all those you see landfills got those pipes coming out of the ground.
Well, because they cap it.
Yeah.
and then they run the garbage trucks off of it.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
yeah, this says natural gas powered.
Why do we do like? How is it that in one area in society we're like, oh man, that makes really good sense. That's a good idea. Let's do that. And then in other areas, we're just like totally off.
That's why we were watching that. I had you watch that video earlier. There's a video. Go look at it. That Adam Carolla is talking to Mike Rowe about him talking to Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Sounds confusing. And he had this idea that, you know what? These people don't even know that when you're in a wreck, you need to pull the hell off the road and get out of the way because you're causing more issues.
Yeah.
And he said, what? Montana has these signs that says,
if it steers, it clears.
yeah. And he says, that's a great idea, you know? And he's expecting an answer.
Well, he says, he asks, he's like, hey, that's a good idea, isn't it? And apparently Gavin Newsom says like, well, the real problem is people don't have access to checking accounts.
I don't know if that was the whole story, but basically it might as well have been that answer.
I think that was the point he was making.
No. He said, he's like, oh, I got a sign for you.
Yeah.
And it was not relevant to what he's saying. He's like, no, I'm just saying like, hey, here's a simple problem.
And he just wasn't getting it.
Yeah, it's a total misconnection. It's just like this. There's so many cow farts in the air in California that their own governor is stupid. Yeah. I can't say the R word, though.
And
that would be mean.
Yeah, it's a technical term, though, too. So that's tough.
It is.
Okay, so.
Okay, sorry.
All right. The forbidden question no one wants to ask out loud. Is the rise really just awareness, or did the massive increase in carbon emissions and all the pollutants that come from them play the role? Heavy metals, pesticides, ultra-processed foods, Wi-Fi or 5G. Watch the episode we did about that. You'll see it. Link in the thing, maybe.
Did we do video on that?
Well, we talked about it before.
I know we did it, but I don't think we had video.
Yeah, or is it all the stuff that kids get by age, like whatever? I mean, from the get go, like when the kids are born, they start like rubbing crap on their eyes and
as soon as they come out,
shots and dude.
They're injecting them with everything. But yeah, is it? It's probably not just one thing.
Well, and then,
but we're definitely doing a lot of things that we didn't used to do.
Yeah, and then there's the language police. 30 years ago, the R word. Okay, we all know what I'm talking about, right? The R word,
right?
Rhymes with retard.
I don't even know. Like, but you can't even really talk about it.
Yeah, 30 years ago, that was the clinical term for it. Now you can't even say that without getting canceled. Says without getting canceled harder than a bad Mr. Beast collab. Mr. Beast, I don't know you, man. So I don't know, bro. That's just what.
That's what it told me to do.
That's what it says.
That's what it says.
Not my words. Those are
an AI bot that
computer's words.
Is a whole nother can of worms.
Schools, media, and online mobs treat it like saying the R word will magically hurt autistic kids more than actual explosions in cases. Meanwhile, families are drowning in waiting lists, overwhelmed schools, and burnout. But heaven forbid we all have an honest conversation about the root cause. Better to just call everything neurodiversity and move on. That's what they're calling it now.
Okay.
So in lieu of the R word, we are saying neurodiversity.
Okay, so that's what we're supposed to use now?
Yeah.
Neurodiversity.
Neurodiversity. As in, like, you kind of get a choice, maybe. I don't know. It feels like that's the angle they take on other diversity paths, that it's your choice. But I don't think this is a choice.
This is a really, I'll just say, this is a really hard navigation for me, at least, with this stuff, because what can you say and not get in trouble over anything anymore? And I had this happen the other day where I said something to somebody and went, you know what? It's not going to take anything for him to come back and go, oh, he said this the other day, and my feelings were really hurt about it. Hey, I didn't even mean it that way. I didn't even. If I didn't put a second thought into it, I would forget that this whole ordeal even happened. And everybody is so hypersensitive about everything, and you don't use these words, or you're going to hell, apparently. And it has nothing to do with me trying to.
Like, whatever happened to words will never hurt me.
That went
Sticks
away.
and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
That went. Well, what
happened to that?
Okay, I agree, but at the same time, the pen is mightier than the sword, right?
Yeah.
So words are more powerful. But it's also true at the same time. So like, okay, if I'm going to be real, words can hurt. Words can hurt you for sure. But at the same time, they're also just words.
Yeah.
And so
they only have as much power as you give them.
And this was a weird dual topic that just a random thought I had, and we were trying to look, is there any correlation with this? Because the thing that was scary is like, I think everybody is so dumb anymore. It wouldn't be hard to correlate. Look at the graph where it goes like this, and you see CO2 emissions, and look at the rate of autism, and see the rate that it's going. They're correlated. You guys, we all have to drive electric cars. You can't have your gas vehicle anymore. Yeah. We have to get rid of the infrastructure. Everything has to change. But the thing is, if you vote it in that we need to change everything, you know exactly what's going to happen and who's going to be the winners in this. Mm-hmm. So that becomes a whole nother conspiracy of insider legal trading for some reason. And there you go.
Well, it's the rules for thee, not for me.
The whole system is corrupt. We just need to throw it all away, start over, where we can say whatever we want anymore. And if you don't like it, then, well, you don't watch it. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not saying a whole lot that I disagree with.
I mean, people hated Howard Stern. Look at the stuff he did. And then now look at where he's at now.
So I used to work a job for a property management company doing maintenance and stuff on houses. And this one house we came to, it was so like, it wasn't that old of a house. It was a trailer, and it was so like dilapidated and uncared for. It looked like no one had been living there for years.
Yeah.
Like the floor was rotting out, and it was just a mess, and there was rodents everywhere. And it was just, no one could live in the house. I mean, and it would take so much work and time and money to repair everything. It was cheaper for the homeowner to just get rid of that trailer, tear it down, and just get a brand new one and put it there instead.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be kind of sometimes where we're at, like
with everything,
with society and government and stuff. Like, it's so bad. Like, well, I mean, even apparently they said with the, we're getting off topic, but apparently what they said about the whole, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the Epstein files. That's stupid. I'm going to say it.
I think you can say
the whole thing with the Epstein files. They were saying how, oh man, I forgot the point I was going to make. Dang it.
I don't like the government. Yeah. That's my point. I don't like them.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Isn't that crazy how that works? It's probably the CO2 emissions.
It's probably
that are making me slower.
CO2.
Yeah, we
all got a little bit of something, That's what I think.
Well, and I think I think all of it is part of it. The diagnoses are wider, and there are more microplastics than there have ever been, and they try to give you every pill for whatever is wrong with you. Oh, you have a little bit of this. Here's an SSRI. You're good to go. Yeah. And also report if you want to yourself. It's like, now I have to remember that. Like, you're not even supposed to say that.
Here's this antidepressant medication.
If it makes
but one of the side effects is you might want to
you're not, and you can't say yourself. No, like, and so now I have to remember.
Unalive yourself. That's what I meant.
Yeah, and you can't. That was a big, huge discussion on one of our feeds. It was like, oh, it's this. Well, how come you won't just say it's like, I don't know. I don't, because I'm not allowed to say anything because we're all dumb.
Why are we? I don't. Yeah.
I guess that's just it. We're just all kind of.
It's only happening because we're letting it happen.
Well, that's how we got where we were with that one disease that we're not allowed to talk about that was a cold.
Yeah.
Everything is just stupid now.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, you touched on a good point because it talks about one of the theories behind that could correlate with this is like the all the stuff about population management.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that's. I mean, I
With
think
McDonald's,
I think you can make a really good argument that, along with possibly like carbon emissions, but like all the stuff they put in the food and the food dyes and the chemicals and the chemtrails and
personally, I don't think carbon emissions would have anything to do with it. It was just a random thought I had that, you know what? If you throw that on the internet, how long until somebody goes, oh, hey, that's something I could use.
Yeah.
And just uses that against all of us.
Yeah.
It's not hard anymore.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like we did an episode before about I can't remember what the main topic was, but we were talking about how some people have taken the Bible and you take every, other letter or whatever and it just makes a code, and how that was kind of debunked or tempted to be debunked by a guy doing the same thing with Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Right. Saying like if you had like a sample size big enough to work with, you could do whatever. And that's why I feel like if you're digging hard enough, like you can make anything.
It's the show me the man, I'll show you the crime.
Yeah. Or
like you want to take this guy down?
Like that episode of South Park where the guy was like connecting it was like the Charlie Sheen character connecting all the dots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. But it's right. It's not just let me show you the bad man. It's if you give me enough time, I can find something.
Yeah.
And I really would hope that they don't. Oh, it's got to be carbon emissions. Get everybody on board with this.
Yep.
Because guess what? It was only a few years ago when they were saying we're going to mandate that everybody drives an electric car.
Yeah, I remember when they were talking about hydrogen cars. I don't know why that didn't take off. That sounded like a really good idea to me.
Because it's a pain in the ass.
Well, I heard because hydrogen can explode.
Oh, really?
Just like gasoline.
You know the fake rocket they exploded off the planet? What did they use?
Hydrogen.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking. I don't even remember who I was talking. You know what? Maybe that would be a good segue into we need to remember this. No, I remember who I was talking with the kid about it. I don't know how many people I have talked to about the water engine.
Yeah.
And explaining like, okay, there could be a thing. Maybe he was onto something. I don't really know. I don't know the entire story. We need to maybe do some research on it. However, like as far as I understand it, there's no free energy. So water is the process of burnt hydrogen. In order to get it separated, you have to put energy into that system so you can essentially burn it again.
Yeah.
You're not going to get free energy out of that. You can separate it, which is just a storage system, which is essentially it's a battery, and they can do a thing where they can make them connect again. Instead of exploding, they can make electricity out of it. And that's where they were trying to do fuel cells and do all this other stuff. And it's this weird, they killed him because he just put water in the car. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he had an electrolysis thing that separated into hydrogen and oxygen, and he recombined it back in the motor. So yes, it was running off of water, but it wasn't like he's dumping water in there and just running away with it. Like there's another system that you're not seeing in there.
Yeah, it's part of a
process.
complex machine. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe he was able to figure out something that he made it efficient enough to work. Or I don't know. I didn't know enough. But it's the same guy as the guy was talking like a. Help yourself to a science book. This was a real thing because I was telling you about the Tesla coil.
Yeah.
And I made a video I'll just tell the story again. This guy was talking to my father about a Tesla coil and how you can just power things with it wirelessly. I'm like, yeah, really? Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you could just take that and you put the Tesla coil on a car. And that's what Tesla's doing as their car. I don't know where he's like, you just power the cars with it. I go, yeah, I don't think that's exactly how that works. I don't think you understand what Tesla coil is, and I don't think they use them because they're probably not super safe or efficient or something. And he's thought he had this amazing idea, and I made a stupid clip about it, and I put in a South Park clip where they were talking about global warming.
Okay.
And in the clip,
They call it climate change now.
oh, you see, now they should move the goalposts. Now you got to call it climate change because now I can't be wrong because it's just about it changing.
That's right.
And so in the South Park clip here, it's a redneck guy. It's like, well, maybe the global warming will usher in a new ice age. And the guys all stop and go, how the gonna ice age or a global warming usher a new ice age? Why don't you help yourself to a science book because you're talking like a I thought that was hilarious. And so I just put in that clip. TikTok automatically flagged it and wouldn't even let me basically upload. It's like, oh, that's insensitive.
Well, I'm curious what will happen now to this episode.
Well, I don't know. I've been trying to edit myself as much as I can, but
I hate that we have to do that.
dude, for real, I'm mentally exhausted
It's
already.
hard dodging all these words and stuff and trying to remember don't say this and don't say that.
Exactly. I'm not trying to do anything to upset people, but at the same point, everyone's so autistic now.
Yeah.
They're so sensitive with everything. Like, you can never offend me. This is America. I think that was in the Constitution. No, it said protect the freedom of speech. Say what you want. You don't have the right to never be offended. But here we are.
Also, I think
I'm knocking everything over.
it's a really interesting idea, the whole carbon emissions affecting stuff, because, and we kind of talked about it a little bit already. It creates an opportunity for you to like make the same argument over and over and over again, and no one's going to disagree with you. Just be like, hey, look, the science says this.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to keep trying to lower it, and like you're never going to get them to zero.
No.
So you got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. You just give yourself a infinite ammo hack. You know?
Yeah, this was like the infinite AI loop.
Yeah.
But if all it is you're trying to argue a point so that you can win something, then we're just going to lose.
Who would win in that situation?
Well,
If we're continually fighting
greater Earth,
carbon emissions, who wins?
the greater Earth.
The battery people win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's not that it's a flat Earth, it's just a lot bigger than we thought.
Maybe.
And it's the people above the people. So maybe the lizard people.
Dude, we live in such a weird time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why? Everything is so weird. Why couldn't it just be simple?
I think maybe it might be like that on purpose.
It might be.
Keep us so preoccupied with carbon emissions and not saying the R word and aliens, and it's all just a big distraction.
Well, I don't even think because we were talking about that with the last one about the moon landing. Like, what was the big thing everyone kept talking about? Was these certain files, because I don't know if you can, we probably said it, but whatever. I can try to edit, but I miss stuff because I'm human. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was all about these certain files and stuff going on with other things. You got to be careful. You can't say things about young adults either. Yeah. If you say the wrong phrase, then it pops up and like, that looks bad.
Yeah.
It was all about that stuff, and then all of a sudden, now we're going to war.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, forget about that. Also, now we're going to the moon.
What's going to be next, do you think? I think it's going to be aliens next, man.
Well, I think that is the logical conclusion of all that is you might as well just throw, and that's what happened. There was some,
because like in Star Trek, what like brings the world together is aliens. this first contact with aliens.
Yeah.
Everyone realizes like, oh, hey, like we're all, and which is true. Like, and it's a healthy perspective, I think, to take into account. Like whether you're black or Asian or white or Mexican or wherever you're from, like we're all in it together, man.
We're stuck here.
You know, we're all humans.
I mean,
We all come from the same place.
that's
We're all on the same team.
sort of. Try to be.
Well, we should be.
Oh, and that's it.
Like so during on as much as I knocked the Artemis 2 thing previously, on one of the days that we're there or in space, supposedly. One of the guys, it was on Easter Sunday. The guy was giving his speech or saying his piece or whatever about it. And he made this really good point about how he goes like, you guys might think we're special because we're so far away from Earth, but us being so far away from Earth, we can see from our perspective that you are special. Like we're all on this spaceship called Earth, flying through space together.
Yeah.
Like we're all on the same team. Whether you think we are or not, like we're all in it together.
Well, what if this is? I think I said something about it earlier.
And I think all this stuff about carbon emissions and
I think a lot of that is more distraction than it is.
And files and global warming and climate change. I think that's all just a big distraction.
Oh, I think all of that is distraction to some.
But I think they're going to use aliens to try and bring it all together.
All of it. It's easier to tell the half truth because then it makes it really hard to disprove.
Well, because if you tell a half truth, you can tell a half lie.
Well, exactly. So, like, carbon emissions is a real thing. It can really affect things. To what degree? I don't know. Obviously, Al Gore was wrong because his whole movie is debunked by now.
Yeah. And well, I mean, think about it too. If carbon emissions are so bad, like the best thing out there for removing carbon from the atmosphere is a tree. But we got to use paper bags because plastic is bad.
Oh, yeah, going down that.
You know what I mean?
And
in 10 years, it's going to be like, hey, we need more trees, so we got to start using plastic bags. We need to save the trees, which is like when we were kids, we had to save the trees.
Reverse it. We got to save the yes.
And then they're going to say, oh, well, plastic is bad, so we got to start using more trees.
Well, it all started with a turtle that was snorting cocaine. You've seen it. It had a straw up its nose.
I don't remember this one.
No, that literally was a video going around about a sea turtle that had a straw jammed up its nose, and they look at all the plastics in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Oh, we got to fix all the plastics, and then they banned plastic straws. I'm like, the U.S. doesn't dump its plastic straws in the ocean. We sell it to another country who goes, oh yeah, we dump it in the ocean or whatever. Yeah. And so it's all one big, weird, stupid distraction that we're just not smart enough to pay attention enough that we're going to space, we're going back again. Also, that we're blowing up these other countries, and it's about the oil and but the CO2 emissions, and it's all kind of tied in at the same time, but not really. So it's just too confusing to discern what's real and what's not anymore.
Weird times, man.
I don't even. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. But
I wanted to get in this and laugh, and we laughed about it earlier, and I got all that out so we weren't being. I'm not trying to offend anybody, and inevitably that's going to happen. But
yeah,
trying to be serial on this.
Super serial
guy. Speaking of Al Gore, that guy. All Excelsior. He's saying all the coastlines are going to be underwater. Meanwhile, he's at a below sea level city that always floods. It's like, look at the sea level, you guys. Like, you're full of it.
Well, there was a guy you introduced me to him, Dan Pena.
Oh, damn it! Who's that?
He's an old guy. He lives in a castle in Scotland. He's American. He's Latino, and he claims to be responsible for most of the world's wealth because the people who have the
Oh,
world's
I remember
wealth
him now, yeah.
all follow the strategies that he developed.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying about climate change, he was saying it was all nonsense because, and he knew it was because if it was real, you wouldn't be able to get a loan to build a building in like Miami or London or anywhere on the coast or LA or wherever, because in 30 years, it'd all be underwater and no bank would ever loan on that.
No, if you told them, hey, in 30 years, my business is going to go under, but I'd like to start this business.
Yeah, they're going to say, no, thank you. We don't want to be a part of that. And so, yeah, because, and if anyone, I mean, the banks, they got all the money. So if anyone would know or have the ability to find out if it was for real or not, it'd be the people with all the money. And that happens to be the banks. And those people are still lending it out so you can build your neighborhood or your city on a shoreline. So I'm pretty sure that whole sea levels rising thing is bogus.
I haven't been around a little bit. I don't recall it being any different.
Yeah, I mean, I've been around. So I've been alive for 41 years, and with the exception of like Hurricane Katrina, I've never heard of any instances where cities on the coastline were like seriously getting messed up and losing properties and stuff like that because the oceans are rising.
I haven't heard that report.
I've never heard of that.
I just heard about a whole neighborhood that burned down, though.
Even coastal erosion and all that stuff. Like
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like erosion. Yeah.
I've never heard of global warming ever causing any real damage to anything.
Well, the town, if you go downtown right now, the sea level right there has always been the same.
It's always been the same.
20 years ago, I worked on the water, and like, it looks the same. You know what looks different is because man plowed things down that they said was not good to have in there, and we changed it. I'm not saying that we can't change it. Mm-hmm. I just don't think it's as bad as they want to claim because they can probably make some money off of it. I don't have a problem with electric cars. In fact, I like them. But if somebody can push it and tell you a lie and get you to buy things.
Don't tell me it's better for the environment for me to drive a car that runs on lithium batteries than it is to drive a car that runs on gasoline.
I mean, it's, and even then, there's a lot more emissions that go into making that thing in the first place. And then they say, yes, and at some point it offsets. Okay, cool. But what is the whole story? Are we missing anything? It's pretty easy to miss stuff.
I think, yeah. And also, I just realized when we talk about autism and stuff, like, we're not like saying everyone who's got autism is broken or damaged or whatever. I think we're just trying to point out something is happening where the rates of that being determined has gone up a lot.
And I think a part of that is...
And it's happened in our lifetime. Because when we were kids, like, it wasn't that often that you saw a kid in school who was dealing with some sort of neurodiversity.
No, but that's it. Like, I think that always kind of existed to some extent, but they didn't call it that. It's just all that kid's weird.
That kid's weird.
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah. But still, even then, like I feel like, because I mean, where we work, we see a lot of people in their in their natural habitat, you know? And I feel like every day, dude, every day I see some kid who's got something, who's on the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah. You know what his name is?
No, we're not doing that.
No,
we're not doing that.
Oh, okay. That this was kind of a hard one, but I think
we're not jerks. We're not trying to be those people.
No, and
we're just it's a real topic, and it's hard to talk about it without saying the words that are hard to say.
That's what made it so difficult. Is hey, this is an actual serious, kind of a goofy tie-in with everything, but something's happening, and I don't feel like anybody's doing anything about it.
And before anyone's like, what the heck do these guys know talking about this and that? Like,
don't listen to me. But
like, without getting into like a whole lot of the details, like we gotta I want to say, what's the word? We got a dog in the fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like,
I'm not without
We're not
outing
just
anybody.
we're not just ignorant coming at it from an angle like
I come from a perspective where I have some understanding,
yes, yeah,
myself included.
As do I.
I will even admit, hey, okay, this is a true story, and I heard that people like personal stories
Keeping
when
it
you're
real.
doing
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff. Okay, there used to be this thing called high cap, and it was the advanced learning whatever program.
Okay.
They didn't. It wasn't. It could have been something a lot more special than it was.
Okay.
I got put into it at one point, and I didn't even understand what that meant. Like it went over my head. Why is there this special class? What does this even mean? Like, what? Am I stupid? I didn't know what was going on.
Something wrong with
I was
me?
like, yeah. So, and I was like, what does high cap mean? What is it? Well, it was
Is it for high capacity?
probably.
Okay. High capacity magazines.
I didn't. So it's high capacity rounds. It's, magazines only not allowed here in this state anymore because. The point is, I got put into it, and they only did that like grades 1 through 5 or something, and I got put into it like 4th or 5th grade, so I wasn't a part of it very long. And I didn't understand because half of the kids I was friends with anyway. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't remember anybody explaining it to me. It's probably because I'm dumb. So I remember. So I did join this smart kids group at one point. I probably didn't.
You were an insider.
Somehow I infiltrated this thing.
Somehow I made it in.
Somehow I tricked
They weren't
them.
looking. I sneaked in with the one kid, and they never caught me.
Yeah, I tricked them somehow. I remember this is how dumb I was in 2nd grade. And here's the thing: this isn't being dumb. This is your lane of thinking is.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of experience to base your reasoning on.
And how you think and put things together is just different.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And it's a lot of social stuff. Anyway, here's the story. In 2nd grade, I remember my teacher saying, pretty sure this was 2nd. She said, okay, here's the alphabet, A, B, C, D, the whole thing. I went all the way to Z. I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. I did it. I totally did the alphabet. I remember her saying, okay, now that we've been practicing our alphabet, I want you guys to spell the alphabet. And I sat there for, I swear, 15 minutes.
Spelling the alphabet.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, A?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Keep going.
So, you want me to spell the alphabet? So, A,
G-H-E-A-L.
A-Y? A-Y, like the word A-Y? Or
A-E?
how will you spell?
Yeah.
B, you could spell it B like B-E. Or
C?
It's
Is that
S-E-E?
S-E-A?
S-E. I was literally doing circles like the AI bot.
Yeah. Crash.
Okay, let's start over. Teacher, I don't know what's going on. And I remember going, and I hated raising my hand because I'm like, what's wrong with me? I don't know. What do I not know? Nobody else has a question, so I'll just not say anything. And I remember, how do you spell A? Like A-Y? Or is it an A-H? And she goes, no, just write the alphabet. Yeah.
write the
Well, that's
letters
what
out.
we've been doing. Why
don't
didn't
you just say that?
That's exactly what I
The whole time you're telling the story, I'm thinking like A-E-B-E-C-E-E.
That's because I got hung up on spell the
Yeah,
alphabet. Whoa.
She wanted you to write the alphabet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm, as a second
Way to go,
grader,
teacher.
Yeah, here's the thing. Out of the other 30 kids, they're all just like A, B, C, D, E.
They're all
F,
getting
G.
it. Yeah.
And I'm over there like, ah! Ah! Like, I don't don't get it. When you spell it. And we have a lot of that now.
Yeah.
And at some point, that's why they put me in the class. Like, he thinks
He's special.
He thinks different. We have a lot of that now.
Yeah. Well, I saw, I think it was Melania Trump. She was talking about how the future of learning is kind of up in the air with AI. Because like now we live in an area where like you can just go on the internet and get the answer to anything, any kind of question.
I heard something about this.
What's school going to be like when you can just, hey, what's the proper noun in the sentence? And you're like,
this?
It's this,
Well, so are we all going to be dumber?
I don't know, because I think because we'll have access to the information.
Well, and I don't remember where I heard this, but what if
because before the internet, when you learned something, to have that information in your head, you had to go to school, read about it, get taught about it, and then you remembered it, right? Mm-hmm. More or less.
But I don't remember how to spell the alphabet. But now, obviously,
because more kids are homeschooled now than they ever were before, you can just go on the internet and get the answer to whatever that question is.
Kids don't know how to get that information, though.
You just need to teach kids how to read.
This is exactly.
And you got to teach them how to get interested in those. Because there's like subjects in school, like history or English or literature or whatever, like I kind of would like struggle with, to get by just because it was so boring.
That's the same problem one of the kids is having. That you got to learn all these cities in Washington. He's like, "What? I don't need to know what these cities are.
Yeah.
I'll never go to them. I might not even live in Washington."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's their point, but I get yours. I
think learning is, well, think about music. Think about music. Like back when they first invented the guitar. It was just the wood guitar with the strings and stuff, and that's how it was forever. And you played the guitar, and everyone knew exactly what it looked like when you played the guitar, right? And they knew exactly what it sounded like and everything. You're like, cool, this guy knows how to play the guitar. And then eventually the electric guitar comes around with an amplifier. Mm-hmm. Were people saying like, oh, well, that's cheating because you got the speaker that makes you louder and changes your tone and all this stuff? That's cheating.
People did say that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Well, now, like, you look at a guy who's playing electric guitar and, like, name your favorite electric guitar player, whoever, Joe Satriani or Steve Vai or whoever, Jimi Hendrix. Like, you're like, oh, dude, that guy knows how to play the guitar.
Well, funny thing, Eddie Van Halen used to turn around when he'd do finger tapping so people couldn't see what he's doing, because that was like, wait, you can use both hands and tap on it?
Yeah.
And he'd turn around so people wouldn't see what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But now everybody does that.
Yeah, so it's just...
Why? Because I can look on YouTube and look up the guy that invented the Muppets' son play crazy finger tap. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Like
Jim Henson's son?
Yes. Jim Henson son plays guitar in the band Polyphilia.
Oh, I know that.
That's his son.
Oh, that's cool.
The guy that invented the Muppets is some guitar. His son's a guitar virtuoso. Mm-hmm. And like, isn't that just weird?
Yeah.
But you're right.
I think learning, it's just, school's got to change just like how everything else is. It's got to change with the technology.
It should. It should be able to look at this kid and go, hey, he's really interested in these things. Feed him these things. Because I experienced the same thing with my kid about he hated school because it's boring. Mm-hmm. It just is. And the 1 year I homeschooled him, he can't escape it now. You are going to sit here with me until we're done. And I say, hey, go read this book and then tell me what happened in the chapter. And then I don't have to read it because I have the cheat sheet. It's like, this is what happened in the chapter. You have to give me the information. That simple process, he's like, oh, okay, so what's the thing? Say, okay, well, why did this character do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't ask you the next part because it has to do with why they did this. I don't know. And he just sit there and cry and try to get out of it. Like, if you can't tell, you got to go back and reread that chapter. And he's bawling having to do it. But guess what? By the end of the year, he's a good reader. And then when he went back to school, he was at the top of the damn class. And they said, what did you do with him? Like, I made him
read.
Read?
Yeah.
Like, what? They put him in the whatever BS class that assisted learning, or they call it ASL or something, assisted learning. He didn't need any of that. He just isn't interested in any of this stuff, and you're not catering to any of that. And that's something that you might turn around and go, oh, he's autistic. No, he's just like, he thinks different, just like I did. He's trying to spell the alphabet.
Yeah.
Nope. Put you in the right direction.
It's like when this is what I told my son. You know, like, you can't just like throw a guy who's been driving a Volkswagen Beetle all of his life. You can't just throw him in a Ferrari and he's going to know how to drive it.
You'll wreck it.
Yeah.
Or especially a Porsche.
Might not be able to get to move an inch. You know?
Probably burn the clutch out.
Yeah. But once you teach that guy how to drive the car, then he's good to go. And now he's driving a Ferrari.
Yeah, that car.
Yeah.
Not that
you just gotta learn how to drive a car, man.
Yeah.
I just think the education system is gonna have to change somewhere in that direction like that.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
I also read that for the first time since this kind of information has been recorded, up until now, like, every generation tests higher than the previous generation. You know, like, so we would test higher than our parents tested at our age or whatever, you know? Well, our kids' generation is the first generation to where they've tested lower. So you'd be like, you think you're so smart, boy? Let me tell you something.
Back in my day. And that's why I keep saying, like, hey, I feel like the bars, instead of telling you the bar's higher, you got to jump higher. They just lowered it.
Yeah.
And all the kids just trip over it.
Maybe just teach the kids what they need to know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know
they
what that
don't
looks like, but
yeah, maybe they don't need to know where OMAC is. Who cares?
And plus, because I mean, even getting them ready for college, like, college is, I mean, I don't want to go down the Charlie Kirk Mike Road, but I mean, like, college is kind of a scam now, dude. Like, especially with AI.
What did you do?
AI isn't, yeah, exactly.
Did you just party?
Yeah.
Because that's what most kids do.
Yeah.
So it's an extended childhood. I mean, that's what everyone's into.
Yeah, but AI is going to take a lot of the jobs that people are going to college for. So, like, I asked AI the other day.
And then it told me that I am taking these jobs.
Yeah. No, I was like, hey, given that, like, how the job market's going to look with AI and stuff in the future, like, what should I be telling my kids to pursue now? You know?
Electrician and
And
plumber.
it was like, yeah, plumbing, electrician, skilled trades, or coding.
Well, the funny thing is, I could look up through AI, hey, tell me about three-phase power. And it could tell me all about that and put it together in a way that I might understand. Like, hey, no, compare it to this.
Yeah. Give me a learning plan to where I can understand this topic in 6 weeks.
And it probably would put it together pretty good for you. But it can't go and put in that three-phase motor.
No.
It can tell me how to do it properly and pull.
But you got to have the hands-on experience.
Exactly. And that's what we're missing is I've worked with guys that don't know how to use damn pipe wrenches. They'll put them on backwards and like, what? They won't tighten.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's
what?
Sad. That's sad when I see that.
What are you doing?
I was like, where is your dad?
My dad's dead. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you don't have one.
Let me teach you, son.
He's probably my age.
Yeah.
Let me teach you, son.
Yeah.
Let me teach you how to use a pipe wrench, okay? Oh, okay.
We went all over the place on this one, but
no, I
think we talked about a good topic.
That's probably the first, like, semi being serious. It's half carbon emissions are making us dumb, but at the same time, it kind of hit home on some
Yeah.
points about stuff where we call it one thing and it's not really that. And it's the world is really weird now.
Yeah, I think it's a plan to keep us controllable.
Keep us weak, which we can do next week when we talk about the food pyramid, right? We could do that
Yep.
one. Or if we forget, we'll do something
we totally
else.
do that.
Who cares? So catch us next week.
Oh,
on that one.
also,
Oh,
we have
crap. We didn't even do that.
we have a thing.
If you made it this far,
so
I doubt it.
May 1st and 2nd, we're going to go to the UFO summit in the Quinault Beach
catch
Resort
us there.
Casino.
Because I'm going to be wearing this the whole time.
We're going to try and get in front of some like real like UFO people. And if we do, I want to have good questions to ask them. So if you guys have any ideas for good questions to ask the people at the UFO summit, send us an email. You can find all the information on yetiornot.com, yetiornotherewecome.com.
I'll have to
Send
put
us
up
an
a
email,
thing. Yeah.
Put a comment in. Give us some ideas because we want to do good on this one.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about it.
It's going to be a good time.
We think you guys are going to like it.
I totally
I'm gonna
won't.
like it.
I will be totally sober. So don't worry
We're
about
going to
that.
do it for real.
It's going to be for real. Real
All right.
aliens. I'm seeing if I
So
can
stay
find
tuned for that. Like and subscribe. Get the bell on. All the stuff. Tell your friends. You guys are great.
them. Okay, now we can do it.
Roll it.
See ya.